Say, do you remember Thomas the Tank Engine?
Everyone will hear about the country show now.
And Thomas chuffed cheerfully away.
No. Not that Thomas. I mean this Thomas.
Here comes Thomas on the number one engine. Whoa! All engines.
No. Not that Thomas. I mean this Thomas. Yeah, this is the Thomas that I grew up with the most, and this is how I remembered him most fondly. I mean, considering that show has been on the run for the past 40 plus years, and knowing that it has made a huge impact on so many kids as well as like the whole generation of us fans, it's crazy that the fact that it just still holds up to this day, and knowing that the franchise has been holding up since the books, knowing that it's the 40th anniversary of not only the show but also it's been 80 years since the books have been published by the Reverend W. Andre. So just to kick things off, I wanted to do like a quick reaction to this pilot that was brought from Lost Media, and I wanted to see like how different it is like from the original episode that was actually like created like sometime after the pilot was made. And of course, that one particular episode called Down the Mine, it's actually like one of my all-time favorites when I was little, and I can't wait to see how this were to play out. So if you're like me, and if you're curious to see what it was like, and if you're excited to see it, well, I'm gonna take a look at it, and hope you enjoy this reaction. So this will be like my first time looking at this, so I'm just gonna turn this on. So without further ado, I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm gonna react to this. So let's just enjoy it. All right, by Ringo Starr. I wonder if this is like from original recording.
One day, Thomas was at the junction when Gordon shuffled in with some trucks.
Oh, I can see that there's some couple of differences around. Oh, I love that shot of Annie.
Phew, remarked Thomas. What a funny smell.
Look at Gordon's face.
Can you smell a smell? I can't smell a smell, said Annie. A funny, musty sort of smell, said Thomas. No one noticed it till you did, grunted Gordon. It must be yours. Annie, Clarabelle, do you know what I think it is? It's ditch water.
What a reaction
Before
there.
Gordon could answer, Thomas puffed away.
I wonder if this was actually like that moment when Thomas buffered into Annie and Clarabelle. I wonder if this is like from I guess how it was originally filmed.
That was funny, he chuckled. He felt very pleased with himself. Annie and Clarabelle were deeply shocked. They had great respect for Gordon, the big engine.
I wonder if they had like some shots of it like used like from the final episode until they
Thomas
like
left the coaches
started
at the
combining them
station
all together.
and went off to a mine for some trucks.
Yeah, that's like from the original
Long
as far as I
ago,
can remember.
miners digging for lead had made tunnels under the ground. Though strong enough to hold up trucks, their roofs could not bear the weight of engines.
Oh, I love this shot.
Silly old board, he thought. He had often tried to pass it and he had never succeeded. But this morning he had made a plan. He had to push the empty trucks into one siding and pull out full ones from another. Come on, waved the fireman. The driver leaned out of the cab to see where they were going.
I love all these close-ups that they made of the drivers as well.
Hurrah, laughed Thomas.
Wow, that's a different one. That's a different whistle I hear. Kind of reminds me of something from Tugs.
There's no danger, there's no danger.
Oh, here comes the mine. Here comes the hole.
Come back. Fire and smoke, said
Oh,
Thomas.
goodness.
I'm sunk. And he was.
Dude, why wasn't this even shown in the final episode? This is great.
Said, I am a silly engine. And a very naughty one, too. I saw you, said the Fat Controller. Please get me out. I won't be naughty again.
Oh, poor Thomas.
I'm not sure, replied
There's
the
like a
Fat
lot of tears in
Controller.
his face,
We
too.
can't lift you out with the crane. The ground's not firm enough. Let me see. I wonder if Gordon could pull you out. Yes, sir, said Thomas nervously, but he didn't really want to meet Gordon just yet.
I know the feeling.
Down a mine, is he? Ho, 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 laughed
Merry
Gordon.
Christmas.
What a jokey chortle, puffing to the rescue. Poof, poof,
I know,
little
Gordon would
Thomas,
just say
we'll
that.
have you out in a couple of puffs. Strong cables were fastened between the two engines. Are you ready? Heave, called the Fat Controller. It was a lot harder than they all thought.
And again, why wasn't this even shown in the final? You know, this actually looks... That actually looks like it's fully detailed here.
I'm sorry I was cheeky, said Thomas.
I can tell that it's
That's
all different.
right, Thomas, you made
The
me
faces,
laugh.
that is.
I'm in disgrace, Gordon went on pathetically. I
Oh,
feel
pathetically.
very low. I'm in
You
disgrace
and me both,
too,
Gordon.
said Thomas.
You and me
So
both.
you are, Thomas. We're both in disgrace. Shall we form an alliance? An ally? What was it? Asked Thomas. An alliance, Thomas. United we stand, together we fall, said Gordon grandly. Right you are, said
Couldn't
Thomas.
agree more,
Good,
Gordon.
that's settled, mumbled Gordon. And buffer to buffer, the allies puffed home.
Ah, well, this was cute. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this a lot. Yeah, I mean, knowing that this is from like a short little pilot. This is actually cute stuff. Plus, you know, this actually has like a lot of established shots of like between Thomas, Gordon, and Sir Topham Hatt, as well as like the driver and fireman, and like, you know, all those like all those shots like in between like the stations and the mine. It's like some of those like established shots and some of the close-up shots like between those engines. It's like, why couldn't they be like shot like all together like in the final episode, and like how it was like a completely like made like and how they were shot like as the actual episode like from the first season. And plus, you know, I could tell like some parts of the narration from Ringo Starr. I will say though, you know, I feel that there were like some early recordings and like some of the original lines that that were established like originally from the books on that one story of Thomas like on Down the Mine. I wonder if this was actually like this was originally written before that before Ringo were to be invited just to narrate this episode for the pilot, and how that were to be like pitched like for the executives, you know, before they were to make it into an actual series. I'd be curious to know. And plus, you know, I originally thought that Ringo Starr was going to be like chosen, you know, as the actual narrator, you know, besides like someone else who was going to do it. But, you know, this is actually like quite of a treat to hear his new recording like in that pilot. Knowing that this pilot is a reconstructed episode of the Down the Mine story, it feels too surreal to watch this new Thomas episode after the model era ended in 2009. Apparently, some scenes from the pilot were unused from multiple takes, and incorporating footage from the season 1 episode helps create a cohesive visual representation of what the pilot would have looked like if it had been seen by test audiences and TV executives. And you know, for a Thomas episode that was shot on 35mm film in 1983, the overall restoration is truly impressive. The cinematography featuring Thomas, Gordon, Annie, Clarabelle, Sir Topham Hatt, and the crew is simply captivating to look at. To me, the biggest highlight in this pilot is when Thomas fell into a hole beneath the mine. Is actually my favorite shot to look at. It's a shame that we don't get to see that shot being remade in the final episode. Still, though, it's really neat to look at. Not to mention, the recomposition by Thomas musician Michael Donnell had taken me back to the time I was a kid, where I would have tuned into every Thomas episode on VHS, and hearing the iconic recomposition blends with the modern style, evokes a nostalgic feel that resonates with this rare episode. And that dedication in the end for Britt Allcroft was a beautiful touch too. So for the people behind Thomas, like Ian McHugh and everyone else at Mattel, all I can say is from the bottom of my heart is this: thank you. Thank you for bringing Thomas to our lives. So with that, guys, just want to thank you for joining me for this quick little reaction video and for my little watch. I know that I know this is like a quick little video, and I just wanted to like do like a small little reaction video on what has become as a big occasion for Thomas fans, and of course, you know, for me that grew up with it as a kid, and of course, you know, watching this actually made me feel pretty old, and considering like how much Thomas has aged like fine wine, this pilot right here is actually quite of a treat. This was actually like one of the best things like I've ever seen that's ever come out of Lost Media. Probably like after a while though. So yeah, all I could say is that hope you all have a good rest of your day, and just be kind and love each other. And happy anniversary to Thomas. Thomas, we love you.
Can you see fish?